I went to a record show this past weekend and it was really encouraging. This was a show down in San Diego at Liberty Station. They do that show down there every couple of months, but I have never seen it so crowded. I've been to a few of them there, and I'll show you some video clips as I'm talking of the show. And it was really interesting because there was more dealers there than I've ever seen before, as well as there was more people there than I've ever seen before. And it was really encouraging because there was people there of all ages, young, middle-aged, older, talking about music, digging through the bins, and it was super crowded. And it was great to see people going out there, enjoying the hobby, buying vinyl. I'll show you my haul and the records I got in a second, because there's really nothing like dropping that needle on that record and hearing music the way that it was, intended, the way it was recorded to be heard through a big set of speakers, a nice set of speakers. Listen to it the way it was made. So it was great to see, and I've been seeing that a lot lately at the record shows I've been going to. More and more people seem to be getting into the hobby and paying for music again and enjoying it. Here's the actual flyer from the show so you could see it. And if you're in the San Diego area, it's a great show because the prices there were very reasonable. Most of the dealers, there was a lot of deals to be had. So let me show you my haul and the records that I picked up. And if you know me, I have a lot of musical influences and I like a lot of different kinds of music. I found this Racer X record from 1986, and it's really interesting. And as you may know, records are hard to find, especially in good condition in the 80s and 90s, because then there was a big shift to CDs, so not a lot of records were pressed at that time. I've never seen this vinyl at a show before, and it's quite rare. I got it for 20 bucks, which is a great price considering I'm seeing it online a lot for $80, $100. And this one's interesting because it says KHSU 1988, has the date here. So I think this might have been a copy that was used at a radio station, and it says 88. Came out in 86, so this might even be an original pressing. Another thing that's interesting about this record, besides, this is Paul Gilbert, very shreddy, just amazing, unbelievable virtuosity. Something that was inside, and I've seen this on records in the 80s, is it had a one-page bio. And I have gotten other records, and you maybe have seen this, comment below if you have, but sometimes the artist or the record company or who's putting it together will slip into the jackets a one-page bio, which tells you information about the band, what they're doing, a little bio about the members, and have information and stuff. And I've seen this before. This one is like in fantastic condition. All the corners are sharp and whatnot. And like I said, I got the record for 20 bucks, which was a deal because it's very hard to find. Another shreddy thing I found was this Tony MacAlpine, Edge of Insanity. And these group of records on the Shrapnel label, Mike Varney, they're getting harder and harder to find too. So every time I see one, if it's a decent price, I pick it up. This was only 10 bucks. And this is Tony MacAlpine, right? And, anytime, like recently I found the Vinnie Moore one. I've gotten some Greg Howe. But anytime you see them, they're getting harder and harder to find, especially in good condition and especially on that original Shrapnel label. So that was a cool find too. Another cool thing I picked up was this Oscar Peterson double record with gatefold. And if you don't know about Oscar Peterson, he's just a fantastic jazz pianist. In fact, many consider him to be one of the best jazz pianists. And I really love jazz music. And his style is just, he's got such a sense of melody and harmony in his playing, and it's so pretty and beautiful. And the way he caresses the keys is just very, very interesting, and I really enjoy it, and it's very soothing. And I'm a big fan of jazz, especially the hard bop stuff. Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Wes Montgomery, Thelonious Monk. And Thelonious Monk, one of my favorite pianists is from that era. He has a very different style. The key is a very percussive style, and he really attacks the keyboards. This is very different. If you see his records, they weren't expensive. This double record was 16 bucks, so 8 bucks a record, and really, really good. Another record I picked up was this Tesla record from, I forget what year it was, in the 80s. This had Heaven's Trail, No Way Out, a bunch of their hits. And again, this is very hard to find. I think they were asking like 25. I think I got it for 20 bucks. And the reason I paid a little more for this was it's in such great shape, and it has the original cellophane still on it and the original sticker. And there's some really good hits on there. And this band Tesla had some really modern day cowboy. They had a string of really good hits, very good songwriting, and really good musicianship on their records. And then I picked up, it was like I found a lot of 80s stuff. I picked up, this was in the $5 bin. I don't know if you ever heard of these guys, Jafria. They had one big hit, Call to My Heart. Craig Goldie was the guitar player on this record. And for $5, it was well worth it with the original sleeve. And I believe it's an original pressing too. But the band is called Jafria, kind of 80s hair metal kind of thing. Just a nice one to add to the collection. But they had everything at this show from, you know, classic rock, jazz. There was a lot of hip hop, right? And a lot of rap records as well. And there was a lot of vinyl across a lot of different genres. Great to see so many people out. It was a beautiful day. So many people out enjoying the whole process of, you know, digging through the bins, because that's part of the charm, right? You got to dig through and find stuff, and then you find, you're like, whoa, I never, you know, it's a thrill. And it was great to see dealers, and they were negotiable on their prices, and they were listing things very fairly, and it just seemed, it was very positive, everyone having a really good time. So let me know if you've experienced this of late in your vinyl searches or going to vinyl shows. Leave me a comment below. Check out my profile page. There's tons of links there and whatnot. Take care, keep rocking, and see you soon.